Are you where you want to be in life, / are you where you thought you were going to be at this age? This guy is a fucker. This guy's a fucker. This guy's a fucker. I basically hit a breaking point. As you guys saw in the last episode, we spent the entire week getting our team up to speed. It was their first week, and to be honest, they sucked. But that's totally normal, because that's expected, because anytime anybody starts something new, I would expect you to suck. But we got through that. They grinded every single day. We made monumental progress. We closed a couple deals in the progress, and well, after a good long training session on the weekend, they were ready to kick things off.
Yeah, hi Dylan, this is Charlie. Look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is actually a cold call. I don't know if you want to hang up now or give me like 20 seconds. Up to you.
Sure, I'll give you 20 seconds.
Awesome. So yeah, what we basically do is we can connect you with families who are about to move into your city and, who are in obvious need of a loan. That way you can add additional 2 to 3 deals a month, even with these high interest rates and without having to wait on realtors or pay marketeers. But yeah, can I just quickly explain like how that works?
Okay, now pause. Now I'm going to do this to you. Okay, ready? Hey, Simon. Well, this is Dylan, and to be completely honest, this is a cold call. Would you like to hang up now, or do you have got 25 seconds to hear me out?
Yeah, you got 25 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, Simon. Well, I can set you up on a system to connect you with people that actually live out of town, but they're about to move into your area and, well, obviously in need of a loan. So you could close an additional 2 to 3 deals a month, on average, I'd say, even during these high interest rates. Would that not help, or could I share more info? What I find difficult is different than what you find difficult. It's different from what Alex Ramosi finds difficult, right? The only reason why is because we just have different standards that we hold ourselves to based on past experiences that we have, right? And it's this idea of going through an intense period of like massive challenge to then settle on a new standard that's 4 or 5 levels higher than where we are right now. Choose something that's a daunting task that you've never done before. You've never put in that much work. You've never done that much volume before, whatever the number may be, whatever it is, right? And make it a 7-day thing and accomplish that. And so once we've gone through this intense challenge, we've won, right? We started booking 10 appointments a day. We now expect to win. All right, so now that we are consistently closing clients, it's time for me as the CEO and owner of this to dive into client fulfillment and really get good at setting good expectations with our clients so they know how to succeed while working with us, and then also doing everything on our end to make sure that we are able to get them the results that we are promising that we can on these sales calls. So as you can see here, I'm setting up client ad accounts, and then here we're going through and creating a client expectations deck that we walk them through on the onboarding call. Alright, so it's currently 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. I was up nice and early this morning. I spent the entire morning onboarding and then also creating standing operating procedures around our onboarding processes and setup processes for our clients, because last Friday we closed a loan officer actually out of Hawaii, and then yesterday Omar closed another one. We really need to clean up our onboarding process. So I was setting up ad accounts, making ads, launching ads, but then also putting all the information that I was working on into a Notion so other people can come in and replicate exactly what I'm doing. And then in addition to that, I also finalized our client expectations deck, and this is a very important thing that everybody should be doing with their agency. It's when you have that kickoff call, that onboarding call with your client, you kind of walk them through like what to expect. And in this presentation deck, we talk about things like, hey, you might not get a single lead in your first week, so their expectations meet the reality of our services. Because when people get mad, when people get upset with us, most of the time it's due to expectations did not meet reality. Now, every single day I take a group call with my setter team and a group call with my closer team. We do one in the morning to kind of get them ready and kick them off for the day, and then one in the afternoon where I'm reviewing their calls and giving them feedback and training so we can show up tomorrow as a better person than we were today. I had to spend 2 hours this morning setting up, because now we're onboarding clients pretty much what it feels like on a daily basis. So I basically spent 2 hours this morning onboarding our clients. What I basically have to do is I have to scrape Apollo, but then I have to take the lead list and I have to put it in like another software. It's fucking complicated. So today, I want you guys, like, do we have enough leads to get through today for like just normal? Simon,
I have like 21.
What?
21K. I have like 21K leads.
Okay. So we have enough leads to get through just with normal dialing and whatnot. Today, we could really use kind of like a breakthrough day. Simon, I know we got that new opener, right, which I'm very confident in. I think we start, dropping that line on people right off the bat. That's going to help a lot of with this, objections that people are thinking of but aren't actually saying to you. And sometimes, well, we have some fun on these calls too.
You ever heard of read a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Absolutely, I love that book.
Oh my god.
You got to figure out the code for it, Bill, the Robert gets back.
This guy is a
Until I
fucker.
first called
This guy's
Memphis
a
for the last
fucker.
20
This guy's a
years.
fucker.
We were on there talking about building wealth through business and real estate.
No kidding. You were on the Oprah show? Is that what you're telling me, with Robert Kiyosaki?
Okay, so yesterday, especially yesterday evening, was a very tough day. I basically hit a breaking point, and I couldn't even function last night. With Alex, he's kind of gone back to focus a lot on RFC, and kind of the weight of this entire agency has kind of just been placed on my shoulders. All this kind of stuff is, had me in a very dark spot last night. I sat down here and I spent the entire morning figuring out how I can delegate shit. And I'm taking a bit of a risk. I'm delegating, departments and responsibilities to people who may or may not be ready to handle these departments or responsibilities. It's just, going from 0 to 7 figures in such a short period of time with no foundation is ridiculous. And so I've delegated the setter team. I've delegated the entire back end. I'm just going to focus on the day-to-day operations and the sales team. We've closed one deal so far this week. It's Wednesday. Hopefully we can get another deal through today. The onboarding, the client success team is going pretty well. Clients are getting really good leads, a really low cost per lead. The marketing's coming across as very efficient. From the outside looking in, it just looks like things are going well, but from the inside, it's like I've just been fucking in the dumps trying to keep this thing afloat. Then last week, as you guys saw, we ended up closing a corporate client, but because corporate's a very slow moving organization, I had to jump on a call with this client to kind of sign the dotted line and finalize the details here. And then, right as everything in this agency was picking up speed, the entire plan changed. Everything was flipped on its head, and we are now taking this thing in an entire new direction. The week started off as normal. We were feeling as though I was treading above water, and the big reason as to why I felt that I was, treading water, and I've really been feeling like that, is because I had, a team that was, we were still in the early stages of their development in the different roles that they were in. It required 2-a-day trainings, and because it required 2-a-day trainings, I had to spend, 4 hours per day just training my team. I also made the mistake of not empowering my team to make their own decisions. So everything that was happening was being run through me because my team wasn't confident in their own abilities yet. So they would always want to make sure Dylan was okay with it before actually executing on whatever that thing was. And then Wednesday, I woke up and I went to all my team and I said, hey guys, you need to start making your own fucking decisions. Don't text me unless the building is burning down. You need me to process a fucking payment. And that lifted a lot of weight off my shoulders. And then the next day, I've been in kind of talks. I've been kind of keeping this quiet from YouTube with bringing in another partner for the agency. I guess officially made the decision to partner with Jared Curry and increase the level of partnership that I have with Matt Shields to really merge the foundation into Matt's agency, Estate AI, and then through that, we're going to be leveraging a lot of the team and a lot of the infrastructure that we have already built out there at State AI into the high performing marketing, high performing cold call team. And so it's not just me running the show anymore. It's going to be me, Jared, and Matt, all kind of with a equal contribution in order to run and operate Mortgage AI, which is going to be the new name of this company. I think this is an all-star team. One of the big things that I've learned, even meeting some of the guys on Estate AI, like the reason why Estate AI is such a big company is because they have an all-star team. Right, so as you can see here, the agency was kind of acquired in a way. Obviously there was no financial arrangement there, but we're basically rolling our agency's team into the Estate AI ecosystem. I am obviously continuing to serve and manage as the CEO. We're going to bring in there, but then we're also going to leverage a bunch of Estate AI's infrastructure to further accelerate the growth with everything that we are doing here in this SMMA. And now as we're making this change, it became even more important to have our systems dialed. So everything from like cold calling to the sales process, I spend the next few days going really deep in that, meeting with people such as Raris, who is my top cold caller, to build out these systems so we can absolutely crush it as we make the merge.
Because if we use like specific areas and then we also call like with numbers from that area, the pickup rate should go up. Because Dom and Simon like used specific local areas like with phone numbers, and they had the better pickup rate like for their own agencies.
You just hit replace all. There we fucking go. If you want to do what I've done and find elite fucking killer partners to come into your agency to build out a multi-six, if not seven-figure agency with you over a 90-day period, I have an opportunity for you to do just that. See, RSC is partnering with a very select few SMMA owners who have what it takes in order to actually blow up an agency. They have the foundations, they have the character, they're the type of person that we know that we could believe in. We're coming into the trenches with them, following this exact process that you're watching me follow live, and building out their agency on a rev share basis. Now, if that's of interest to you, click the link below, schedule an interview with the team. If you do get the interview, if we do accept the interview, we'll chat for 30 minutes to 45 minutes, see if there is a potential fit to partner. And even if there's not, we'll give you the exact plan that we would have done if we were to partner with you. If that's of interest to you, click the link below, and I look forward to speaking with you there. All right, so now as the weekend has passed, we are starting to put pen to paper and beginning to implement the things on this merge. At this point in time, my life is a mess because in a way, it's almost like I'm kind of like running two agencies at the same time. Everything that we currently had built, I'm trying to manage these current clients. We still have follow-up calls and sales calls on the calendar. All the while, we're building all the new systems, building everything out in the Estate AI ecosystem to move everything over to there. So this was probably one of the most craziest weeks in regards to schedule, and 14, 15, 16-hour days were like the norm during this period of phase. But in my mindset, I was able to kind of manage it at ease because I knew it was going to be for a short period of time. But as the dust began to settle and everybody began to hop on Zoom calls, like you can see here, to kind of kick off the Mortgage AI team, I was very, very excited.
And it's fun. Like, a lot of you guys are probably a lot smarter than Jared and I on like a lot of different things, but we want to empower you to like show it. Don't hold it back. Like let your genius show. And when your answers are like, hey guys, here's this problem, here's what I think we can do, and it's better than what Jared and I would have thought of, we know you're ready to level up. We know you're ready to go up the company.
We also always have to remember the vision and the goal. As long as decisions are in alignment with the direction that we're going regarding the vision and the goal, then that's typically going to be the right path.
Now, unfortunately, though, as we began to make these changes and merge into this bigger team, bigger organization, there were some people on my existing team that, even though they were the right person, it was just the wrong time. So I had to have some tough conversations and let some of these people go, even though I really did not want to. Okay, so as we kick these things off, unfortunately, there's some structural issues, to put it bluntly, with moving everybody over from broker deals to now Mortgage AI. We had some killers on that broker deals team, but with the Estate AI team coming into play, there's just structurally not a fit for them. So unfortunately today I've had to have some tougher conversations, to say the least, with individuals who I would love the opportunity to continue working with and whatnot. And but I guess that's part of the role of being a CEO, being an entrepreneur, is there's some guys that just it just isn't the right fit at the right time. And it's sometimes tough when that person hasn't done anything wrong. They've been nothing but been a top performer, and you have to kind of go in there and break bad news, and then they look at you like, what the fuck? And I'm like, if there's something I can do about it, I could. All right, so now as the dust has begun to settle and we got back into our regular meeting schedule, we had our clients moved over and everything was in place, it was time to now really start focusing on the things that are going to make us the most amount of money, which was sales. And in the beginning, the first week, we kind of struggled with sales. We had a bit of a new sales process. Our offer has once again changed, and my sales team from my original SMMA before we made the merge wasn't familiar with this new offer and this new sales process, and as a result it led to a lot of fumbled deals. But every single day we continued to train, every single day we continued to work, we continued to review calls, focused on what were our problems and making the necessary changes in order to get there, which all ultimately led up to Friday, November 24th, which, well, check out what happened. So we got our first PIF with the agency from a closer, which is really, really cool to see. We're now, I don't know the math off the top of my head, and we'll see how today finishes. We're closing in on, I think, 35, 36K a month in the first 4 weeks, or 5 weeks, sorry, 5 weeks, which is crazy. Yeah, so as you can see, we're fucking moving now. We ended up closing just over $13,000 in cash collected on just that single day. We did 17 or 18K cash collected in the first week since we made that merge, and our projected MRR has jumped up to a bit over $30,000 a month. And yes, this is just week 7 since we first came up with this crazy idea to try and start this agency. So there you have it. That was episode 5 of us building, documenting a process from zero, nilch, to over $100,000 a month in the next 90 days. We're on week 7. We're at the multi-7-figure mark, and things are looking pretty good. Obviously, there's a long way to go. We still have a lot of problems on the day-to-day basis. I am drowned in work from head to toe. I still need a lot more help on the back end. I still need more help on the front end to begin to continue delegating things so I can begin to focus things on that actually grow, as opposed to just trying to keep everything afloat right now. So that's kind of where my focus is. That's probably going to be the main thing that you guys watch me do in the next episode, which, hit the subscribe button so you guys can catch that next episode. You guys can follow this exact framework so you can do the exact same thing for your agency.